Good morning, children. Myself, Om Prakash Katte, and you are welcome to Biology Reward. Students, today we are discussing class 10, chapter Life Processes, and the topic is Mechanism of Breathing or Mechanism of External Respiration. So, physiology of the breathing, we can say, a process of breathing. So, how this breathing take place? So, first, children, we should understand what is breathing. What is breathing? Breathing is the process in which outer atmospheric air or oxygen it enter into lungs. It means fresh air it enter into the lungs and carbon dioxide of lungs is come outside. It means in atmosphere. So this general process where breathing oxygen enter into the lungs and carbon dioxide of the lungs is come outside. This process is called breathing or it is also known as the external respiration. So in breathing there are two phenomena now. When oxygen enter into the lung, this is the first, and this is called the inspiration. Inspiration, or this is said to be inhalation. Inhalation. What happens in inhalation? In this fresh oxygen, atmospheric oxygen, the oxygen which is present in air, it enter into lungs. This process is called inspiration or inhalation. How does this process occur? How does this process occur? So for this one, we should understand the first one, we have the ribs. This type of sternum part is there, and this we have this like of structure. These are called the ribs. In human being, there are the 12 pairs of the ribs. I am not discussing. Here only I am writing that these are the ribs. In diagram also are visible. These ribs are connected with the muscles. These are the some muscles. And below here is a muscular structure, and this muscular structure is called this is the muscular structure, and it is called the diaphragm. So first one rib and second diaphragm. These ribs are in the region, chest region. These are in the chest region, and this is called thoracic region. Thoracic region. And lower of the thoracic region, it is called the abdominal region. Abdominal region. So ribs are in thorax region and diaphragm is in the abdominal. So between thorax and abdomen there is a one cavity, and it is called the thoracic cavity. This cavity is called the thoracic. So we should understand first ribs, thoracic cavity, and diaphragm. Now children, during the inspiration what happened? So mechanism of respiration. In mechanism of respiration, first one inhalation, how this happens? This muscle which attach with the rib, which are called the respiratory muscle, they contract. So first one inhalation what happens? Muscles of ribs contracted. When the muscle of rib contracted, then what happens? The ribs move upward. Ribs move upward. Upward. It means ribs go upper side. Same time, the diaphragm goes downward. Thus the diaphragm goes downward. When ribs go upward and diaphragm goes downward, so volume of thoracic cavity, here volume of thoracic cavity increases. the volume of thoracic cavity is increases, it means pressure is reduced. It means the pressure in the lungs is reduced. So what happens? Forcefully, oxygen enter into lungs. This process is called the inhalation or it is inspiration. What happened during this stage? Muscles of ribs they contracted, ribs they move upward, this diaphragm come downward, volume of thoracic cavity is increases and forcefully oxygen is entered into the lung, and this process is called the inhalation or it is also known as inspiration. Just the opposite to this one, another process is exhalation. Another process, it is the exhalation or it is also known as the expiration. Expiration. In this case, what happens? The muscles of the ribs relaxes instead of the contracted. So when the muscle of rib is relaxes, ribs come downward, or lower. So these ribs are coming downward. Diaphragms goes upward. Diaphragm goes upward. If diaphragm goes upward and ribs come downward, so the volume of thoracic cavity is decreases. And forcefully carbon dioxide of lungs release outside. So thus we have learned this is the only external respiration because oxygen enter into the lungs and CO2 of the lungs goes outside. So this process we used to say external respiration or it is called breathing. So thus children, the breathing is having two phenomena: inhalation where oxygen come in the lungs, and exhalation where CO2 of the lungs goes outside, and this is the mechanism of the exhalation. What happened during this phase? Muscles of ribs relaxes, ribs come downward, diaphragms move upward, volume of thoracic cavity is decreased, and forcefully the CO2 of the lungs is released outside, and this is it all about the mechanism of the breathing. Thank you.